Well, I wanted to talk today about some new research and some common sense solutions to unrelenting body pain. There's some new ideas out there about the causes and solutions to some of these things. And many people have body pain at one time or another in their life. That's kind of normal. But there are many people out there that have frequent pain, unrelenting chronic pain. And
Does that mean same place every day?
it does, and not even every day. I mean, it can be, more than once or twice a week, and they can't find a solution to it. And the other thing is it's changing their behavior, it's affecting their life in some way, or that they're having to take something for it. And many times they're looking for a solution for it, but they just haven't found the right way to deal with it yet. And the first thing is, it's not normal to suffer with frequent pain. It's not part of aging. It's not because you're old. It's not because of whatever excuse you're giving many times. And as humans, we have a tendency to do that, especially if you're under 70 years old. I mean, if you're 45, 50, or 60 and you're blaming your pain on being old, that's not normal. It's not normal to hurt the last half of your lifetime. You need to reevaluate what's really happening there. But so pain is not a normal part of life. Pain is a sign that your body sends you telling you something is wrong. So it's a warning signal that damage is being done to tissue. So if your left shoulder hurts and your right one doesn't, they're the same age.
We never thought of it like that.
Well, sure.
Doc.
Patients will come in and say, "Doc, my right shoulder hurts just because I'm old." And
and you say, why doesn't the left one hurt?
It's the same age as the right one. And so you have to
when really their check engine light is on.
Exactly right. Their body is sending them a signal. Their body is screaming out, damage is being done to this tissue. You need to find out why and get it solved. It has nothing to do with your age, but so imagine if you drove a car that was 10 years old, and it was fine for 10 years, and then all of a sudden the transmission light comes on. You wouldn't just say, "Oh, this car's getting old, I'm just going to keep driving it." No, that means something happened.
Sure.
Something changed from one day to the next, and you need to get it checked. But pain...
And I've never seen a person who had a shoulder that was 5 years old and the other one that was 8.
No.
Exactly.
I've never seen that.
Exactly. So pain is our body's way of telling you damage is being done to tissues. So just think, when you feel pain, that's your body saying, "I'm being damaged." And if you look at it that way, it really changes your perspective on how you see pain in your body. So we're starting a series on frequent pain, and I hope to offer some common sense solutions to people out there listening that are pain sufferers. And it doesn't matter what your pain is: rotator cuff, headaches, knee pain, disc pain, arthritis, fibromyalgia. They all have an underlying common factor that we address that is really unlike any other treatment protocol available. Our chronic frequent pain protocol is really unlike any other, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But pain is a very widespread problem. Imagine this: 100 million Americans suffer with frequent pain. Only 25 million have diabetes. So it's 4 times more common than diabetes for people to suffer with frequent pain.
And the drugs that people take to deal with
it's
it.
such a huge problem. I mean,
I bet
really
a lot
is.
over-the-counter stuff.
It is. And so people mistakenly, number one, think that, "Oh, it's no big deal. I can pop a few pills and keep going," or they adapt their lifestyle around it. But this can turn into a life-altering problem that I wanted to call some attention to. So those of you that are just sort of popping a pill and pushing through it, it will catch up with you. Eventually you are going to have to deal with the tissue damage that's being done in there.
Well, when your arm falls off,
Yeah.
a Percocet will not help.
Exactly right.
No longer.
Yeah, or when you end up disabled.
Yeah.
Or you.
I don't mean to laugh, but
yeah,
you know,
it's true.
Popping a pill is just a Band-Aid.
Right, and so you're eventually going to have to address it. And when's the best time to address it? Early, before it gets real severe, or later after it's
Probably
beyond
in the
corrective?
beginning.
Exactly. So many of them think nothing. The other problem, many people think nothing could be done for it. They've been told maybe, "Oh, we don't have a solution for it. You just have to live with it." And many people, even like we were saying, get dependent on pain medication for it. But don't take this "nothing else can be done medically to help you." Don't take that as a final answer. Not every doctor knows every treatment program that's going to be successful for you. Just because one person may have told you that does not mean that that's the end-all, be-all of the answers. Now, we were talking about these over-the-counter relievers too, like the Advil and Tylenol. people you depend on these things way too much. If you read the bottle, if you read the warning label, which people don't ever do on there, you're not supposed to take those for long periods of time. And you're also not supposed to take more than the dosage says. You know, it can damage your kidneys and your liver. And people mistakenly think, well, it's over the counter. That means that I can take a handful and it's okay. You know, if 2 didn't work, maybe 7 will.
Yeah. They're orange. Look, they look like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, let's eat them.
Yeah.
So it's not okay. If you want to be on kidney dialysis later in life, it's okay. But it's really not a good idea to take Advil and Tylenol for an extended period of time, for longer than the bottle says that it is, over a period of time. You know, kidney dialysis is one of the most common things later in life, and a big part of that is all of these over-the-counter medications that people taking so much Advil and Tylenol all the time. But the bottom line is people need help. They're just looking for solutions. And, you know, they feel like many times people feel like they've tried everything and maybe they were told nothing could be done. And I'm here to tell you, this may not be true. There's a whole host of new technologies, which we're going to get into, that might be able to help you. So my message this morning is don't give up. People get frustrated going from doctor to doctor to doctor with no help, and so they just give up. They say, well, no one can help me. I tried. I'm just doomed to suffer this way, and this may not be the case at all. And the other thing, before we cut to break, that's so bad about frequent pain, and I see this all the time with my patients, is what we call behavior adaptation. And this is a really sad thing, meaning the person changes their lifestyle around their pain. So in other words, well, I used to golf,
that's right.
but
Yeah.
I
You
don't,
adapt.
I don't golf
Yeah.
anymore because of my, because
That's
of my
right.
pain. Well,
Yes.
I used to plant a garden, but I don't do that anymore because
Yeah.
I used to love planting my garden, but I can't anymore. Or I can't go for my walks, or, I'd love to lift the grandkids and play with them in the yard, but I just can't anymore. I can't hunt and fish. Pretty soon, you've adapted yourself out of all enjoyment of life.
So true.
You're just existing. And, men are terrible about this. We think that if we can hobble to the vehicle, get to work, and then hobble back to our chairs, then we're fine. Don't bother me. I'm good. And what happens? We've lost all enjoyment of our family and our hobbies and our activities. We're just existing. Life is too short just to exist because of chronic pain, especially when natural solutions may exist to solve your pain once and for all. You just haven't found the right person to solve this issue yet. And so my message is don't give up. Keep looking for answers. There are some really amazing new breakthroughs coming out every single year outside of traditional drug therapies and traditional medicine that can help you. And our treatment protocol for these type of things is really remarkable. So when we get back from break, I'm going to tell you about a new program we have that just might help you finally live the life that you deserve. So right after break, I'm going to go through some of these new technologies, so stay tuned.
All right, Doc Sin, continue, Doc.
Okay, so here's the truth. The truth is that every day, thousands of patients are finding solutions to their pain outside of traditional American medicine. Our drug-free pain relief program is really unlike any other in the whole state, and the results that we're getting are truly like nothing else. And what we've done, the reason that has been so successful, and I really have never seen anything like it, and the reason that it's so successful is because what we've done is we've taken the top 5 technological breakthroughs for unrelenting pain, and we've coupled them together in one program. So you may have tried one of these things by itself with little results, but if you couple all of these technologies together, the results are maximized. So in other words, maybe you tried decompression and it didn't work. Maybe you tried acupuncture and it didn't work. Maybe you tried something else and it didn't work. But when you take the top 5 things that help and you put them together in one very specific treatment protocol in a certain order, they maximize each other's results. So we don't necessarily have to find the magic bullet to solve your pain. Because the truth is there's not one. We battle frequent pain on a multi-frontal assault, doing the top 5 therapies in the country together in a very specific order. This is the reason that we're so successful when others have failed. Trying one thing and that didn't work, say you got maybe 10, 15% results, and then you go try the next thing, and that only helps 10 or 15%. If I do 5 things and each one of them helps 15, 20%, we've solved it.
Right. That's right.
So, in other words, I may do, step A helps 10%. I may do step B helps 20%. I may do step C helps 30%. So, by doing it this way, we're able to maximize our results and be able to finally solve these complicated pain syndromes. And this approach, using today's very best solutions and doing them in one really proven program in a very specific order based on the latest research out there in the field, it's really been the best hope for patients for these complicated, unrelenting pain problems. Now, here's the other thing that I see folks do. They think that their pain is the one unique condition that can't be helped. And this is something that chronic pain sufferers have a tendency to do. They'll say, oh, doc, listen, I know you're really good, but you can't help me because I have this XYZ problem. I know you've helped a lot of other people, but my problem is unique. I have this XYZ problem. It's not. It's not. We've helped, people that everyone feels that way. Everyone that's been to multiple doctors feels that way. And they think their case is unusual and they were told that they had to live with it. And that's the final answer. So listen, I've been doing this for going on 20 years now. And I've consulted with over 10,000 patients. I've heard it all. and I've noticed some patterns. And one pattern is they think that they've tried everything and their problem is uniquely uncorrectable. Don't do that to yourself. Don't think that your problem is this special problem and, oh, doc, no, I've had back surgery already. You can't help me. Or I have torn muscles. Or it's from my genetics. You can't help me. I had a guy one time tell me he hurt because he lived in Louisiana and I couldn't help him. So I just kind of look weird at that. So don't excuse yourself out of help. Ooh. No matter what you've been told, there are new things coming out every single year, and we are at the front of the wave for some of these latest technologies out there. And so what I decided to do is I'm hosting a special workshop on natural solutions to frequent body pain. And I wanted to invite everybody out there to come see this program for yourself that's having pain. Everyone that's taking pain medication, everyone that has Advil in their pocket right now, if you carry a bottle of Advil with you in your purse or in your pocket, you need to come to this workshop.
Or if you have a doctor that just keeps prescribing you painkillers,
right?
He or she's doing you no favors.
And listen, let me just before we close up here with this, let me say something to those people that are on pain medication. I get it. Okay, you're just trying to have a higher quality of life. I'm not blaming you in any way for trying to do that. And so while you're doing that, let's on the back end try to work on your body to get your body better. I'm not telling you not to take your pain medication. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to take them away from you because I know they're helping you get through the day. But while you're doing that, let's see if there are other things we can do in the background that's going to help your body actually be better and get better. And so I get that the reason you're taking those. I understand. But let's add to that and see if we can improve you while you're just helping with the pain meds give you a higher quality of life at the same time. So we have to treat that from two different directions. But listen, I have research on everything that we're going to go over at this special workshop. So it's going to be on natural solutions to frequent body pain, and I wanted to invite everyone out there that's having pain that you need to at least come see some of this new technology. And let me explain. It's really hard to go through some of this stuff on the radio, charts and graphs and photographs and all that, where I can actually show you different frequencies of what's going on. So we're going to do this workshop. It is going to be a one-time workshop, so don't miss it. And we're going to be moving on after this to some of our other conditions this year. We're going to start getting into some of our functional nutrition programs that we're going to be doing this year. But I wanted to do this one first because this is such a big problem. Because the thing is, if someone has chronic pain or unrelenting pain or frequent pain, they don't feel like moving forward and doing any of these other more higher programs and getting themselves even healthier because they're stuck.
That's right.
It's all they can do to get through the day and get home. So a lot of times, even to get these people to come to a workshop they just don't feel like it. They're exhausted. Pain is an exhausting thing.
How
But
long
listen,
is your workshop?
it's going to be an hour.
An hour.
And it's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn on February the 11th. That's next Thursday at 7. Yes, I know it's Mardi Gras week. I'm doing it anyway. Give up an hour of your time to come find out a solution that could change the outlook of your whole entire future. So it's going to be February the 11th at 7 at the Hilton Garden Inn. That's next week. We're going to be giving everyone that comes. We've never done this before, but we're going to be giving away. Everyone that comes will get a certificate for an End Your Pain screening worth $200 just for attending.
Wow.
So everybody that comes is going to be given one of these End Your Pain screenings, a certificate for this End Your Pain screening worth $200. So now here's the thing. If it's this bad now, how is it going to feel a year from now? Is your condition getting better or worse? Are you better this year than you were last year? Or is it staying the same or getting worse over time? Normally, when you ignore problems, they have a tendency to what?
Get worse.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. If your house is dirty and you ignore it, it gets worse. If your kids are doing bad in school and you ignore it, it gets worse. So if your pain is as bad as it is now, or your health condition is as bad as it is now, how is it going to be in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years and beyond? So are you on a pathway for a long functional life? Or are you going in a direction that ends in disability and a reduced existence later on in life? Our goal with this program is to set you on a different pathway. You know, you may be looking at a fork in the road right now because we all know people that are up in their years. We know some people that are 70, 65 years old. They're playing tennis, they're gardening, they're jogging with their friends.
Yes.
You know, they're very active people. We know another person that's 65, 70 years old that maybe is in a nursing home or a walker or a wheelchair. They're the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the pathway that led them to that existence, that fork in the road that they took, may have happened at 40 years old or 45 years old for them.
Mm-hmm.
So our goal with this program is let's take that fork in the road that leads to a better existence later on in your lifetime. Because if you could tell someone, hey, do you want to live to be 90 years old? Many times people say no. I could say, well, what if you could be healthy and functional and do whatever you want? Oh, yes, absolutely.
We'll take that road.
Yeah, we'll take that road. Exactly. And so, listen, if you come...
Or if you'd like to be in a little scooter at Walmart, take that road.
Yeah.
I mean, which road would you... I mean, come on.
Right. So this workshop is how do we get you on the right pathway? And the quicker we get to it, the better your outcome is. So the big thing is to start now. So listen, if you have pain, come see these new technologies. I'm telling you, this could be life-changing for you. So my staff is standing by. You can call to register now. It's 837-7174 to register for the class. This one will fill up quickly. So if the line is busy, just leave your name and number on the machine. If you get my voice on the machine, that means that our lines are jammed. So we will call you right back.
And you do the seminar, the workshop. You do it.
It will be me.
People will see you.
They will see me.
Okay.
Yes. And it will also be me doing their End Your Pain screening if they decide they want to do that too. So
okay.
I don't pass you off to somebody else. I'm hands-on with this. So I will be the one doing it. So to save your place, you can call 837-7174. And, you know, listen, if you're not willing to come for yourself, then come for your family's sake because they want you to be healthy long term. You know, and wives, listen, I know your husbands are stubborn and thinks he's fine. Make him come if he's having problems. You know, like I said, we think that if we can hobble to our chair and to work and back that we're fine. But try to get your husband, if they're having problems, to come before they get totally down. And so, you know, a lot of times the wives kind of have to work on that. So,
Yeah.
you know, men are stubborn, and I'm right there with them. So,
What's the phone number again?
it's 837-7174. It's an End Your Pain workshop. We're going to discuss some of the latest advancements out there for frequent pain and people that have chronic pain.
Before we wrap up, I want to say very quickly, a lot of people know this. January 4th, I was in an accident and it messed up my back. And I didn't know what to do. And I contacted you. And I want to, from where I was January 4th to now, night and day. Thanks to you and your staff, and I'm going to try to, I don't have it in front of me. I don't have their names in front of me. I promised them I would try to remember all of them. So there's Heather, Kayla, who works. I love Kayla. Kayla, hey baby, and Natalie up front. That's a crazy girl.
Right.
I love her. Kate. Did I say Heather? I said Heather. Heather, Kayla, Natalie, Kate, and Dean.
You got them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dean is a hot, boiling hot mess. You hear me? But he's fun to be around.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you and your staff because I went from I don't know how I'm going to wake up in the morning to now I take on my day. Thank
Good
you.
deal. Yeah, good. And you know we got some ways to go on yours, and
Yes.
and you're going to be better than ever by the time we're done. But yeah, I got the best team in the world over there.
Yeah, they're
Thank
really
you for
nice
saying
folks.
that.
Okay. Dr. Kevin, Wellness Wednesday, Bryant Wellness Institute. You can check them out on Institutes, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You can check them out on Facebook. 836.